嗨，大家好，我是 Enzu，欢迎回到 Kingdom Come Deliverance。今天就继续中世纪生活吧。接下来就是来去拉泰，来到到拉泰找托拜厄斯费法尔。现在是早上还是晚上？早上。拉泰前进。首先要用快速旅行还是用骑马的呢？看一下距离，看完距离再决定。还是快速旅行好了。时间过得好快哦，一下就快到中午了。不愧是快速旅行。首先是是在我新家的方向，我新家方向，所以是在这边。然后 ，Hello， 难证明，没有名字。亚罗斯洛夫，他是谁？
Good day to you. What do you need?
他就是那个一直在这里看那个灯的那一个。
What the hell are you doing?
What the hell? 你怎么哪时候回来的？太奇特了。不是这边，是这边。哇，还没起床吗？不会吧？那我现在要做什么？吃个饭好了。他是出门了还是还没起床啊？可以开了耶！起床了吗？找到你了。
Greetings. What do you need?
需要什么？关于贾格罗森。
I need to speak with you. I found out something about the counterfeit coin.
Did you really? Do tell.
快讲。
Close to Rovna, I came across a wagon that was transporting the false coins. Unfortunately, I came too late. The carter and his men were dead.
Damn and blast.
天
Do
理
you know
寒
who
龙
did it?
Yes, a certain knight turned up there. Turned out he was also after the forger.
也在
Well, that is
追踪。
indeed unexpected. Tell me, what did he say?
他说什么？他名字叫做乌尔里
His
希。
name is Ulrich. He looked like a knight, but he refused to show his master's colours.
Ulrich, you say?
普通的名字，长
Could
相
be
吗？
anyone. Can you describe him?
An older man with a moustache.
老态龙
But
钟，
for all his grey hairs, he seemed pretty tough to me.
武艺高强，
Doesn't match anyone I've heard
不认
of.
识，
But then we don't even know if Ulrich is his real name.
真名不一定。问他效命谁，他不愿意告诉
I
我。
asked him who his liege was, but he refused to tell me.
We live in such strange times.
天下
In
大
days
乱，
past, knights would vie with each other to see who could extol their liege's name the loudest. And today,
如
they
今
take
呢？
assumed names,
突然
hide
用
their
假
emblems,
名
and sneak around the land like thieves.
I got the impression he was hiding his identity because his masters are
Oh.
odds with Saradzig.
难
That
道
may well
是
be. As a staunch supporter of the king, Sir Radzig has many
反
enemies.
对方吗？他告诉了我贾
He
格
told me
罗
that
森
the
的来
fake
源
money。was being taken to Passau in exchange for gold coins. Then that real money was being brought back to the Bohemian lands.
帕
That
绍
would explain why those fakes bear the Passau countermark.
His masters allied with the Passau alderman, and they told him to sort it all out.
I wonder who could be behind it all.
那个拉德季是在后面偷听吗？你也想参与进来吗？
He gave me these documents to show you. He seemed to think they prove he was telling the truth. They're the records of the interrogations in Passau and some other
审讯
things
的
he
记
said
录
you'd understand better than him.
Let me see. We, the aldermen of the city of Passau. Interrogation held this
审
day.
讯多日，严
Put
刑
to
拷
pain by
打
the，questor. The place of origin is a monastery in the land of
修
Bohemia.
道院。
Which certainly confirms my suspicion that something
所以
underhand
沙
is
少是
going
有
on
什
in
么？
Sasso. Coin assay report. Copper core coated with amalgam. Ah, but this is interesting. Here's an outline description of how the forgeries are made. I'll have to
这么
study
详
it
细
more
的步
closely.
骤图，他怎么拿到
Command
的
Herr Ulrich, okay, to investigate and let no man stand in his way. This looks like the original safe conduct.
通
It
行
has the
证？
seal of the Passau alderman, but they certainly didn't pen this.
How do you know?
你怎么知道？
I recognize the hand. It's a Clement of Kaplitz, the high
卡莱
scribe of
蒙
the
特
Rosenbergs.
罗
The
斯堡
Rosenbergs? Who's that?
A rich and powerful family in South Bohemia.
权贵
Her
家
great
庭
Henry III is a great rival of our King Wenceslas.
亨利三世，跟我一样叫亨利。
Well, it certainly explains why your knight is so mysterious. Anyway, we should be careful. And we shall begin our investigation. The documents show they use silver amalgam for coating copper fakes.
所以我要
That's a
去
lead
杀
we
哨
can
吗？
follow.
Amal what?
Silver amalgam.
银
It's produced from
汞合
quicksilver
金
and
吗？
silver.
Well, that doesn't sound like something just anyone can get hold of.
You're quite right. You will go to Sasso at once.
果然是杀
Look
哨。
around the forges in the city. Someone must be working copper for them.
你也要来吗？
meanwhile, will take counsel with Sir Radzik and then follow after you.
Where shall we meet?
我们要在哪里见面？
At the inn on Sasso Market Square.
好吧。这边好像
Did you find out what actually happened?
Folks say it was on account of our silver
In
and how Sir
Kong.
Radzik sides with the king.
好像没有什么特别的。
How does life in Ratai suit you?
I suppose it was kind of them to take us in, but then they just left us to fend for ourselves. Nobody gives a damn about us.
好吧。接下来，
Jesus, look where you're going.
接下来又要去杀哨。嘿，接下来再回去前进，这样旅行来应该就快到下午了。就是这里，酒馆，一直都在酒馆。接下来我要坐你旁边，
God bless them.
我们来聊天吧。
So, what did Master Pfeiffer have to say?
怎么
I
讲？
consulted him, and we definitely have a starting point.
Tell me
有
more.
点突破了。
Master Pfeiffer found out they need copper sheets for the core of the coins, and quicksilver for the
另一部分
the other part?
I see. They have such materials.
修道院里
Exactly. That's why I'm interested in the local forges.
Yes, that is good. Yesterday, I heard people from the craftsman's yard by the
铁匠
monastery
整夜工作
complaining. They said they could not sleep at night because the blacksmith works all the time till dawn.
I see. That's certainly worth asking about. Have you heard anything else?
You said they use quicksilver. There is a painter lodging here who is painting the church in Uzhitz.
教堂画
I
像
heard him complain also. He said that he went to the monastery for quicksilver and it
Oh.
was all gone.
Well, that's something to follow up as well. Thanks.
壁画大师吗？诶，壁画大师在哪里啊？往那边走。在桥的对面嘛。前进。难怪找了一大圈都找不到，原来就是你，绕了一大圈。与你同在，水银
I hear you've had some problems with the supply of quicksilver.
Problems? I
确
should
实
say
如
so.
此。
For the third time this month, they've
没
told
有
me
水
they've
银
none. There's no quicksilver to be had, they said.
And who exactly are you talking about? Who's holding back the goods?
是谁？
The monastery overseer, or
监
his
督
assistant, more like.
So what did the overseer have to say to you?
谁？
Nothing. Apparently he doesn't deal in such trifles. Leaves it all to his assistant, the pompous git.
傲慢的饭桶，谁阻断了货物？
Surely such valuable material can't just vanish. Where can it be?
I wish I knew. Every time I ask for the red paint, there's a different reason why they haven't got the quicksilver to mix it. Once they
你
said
用
the
水
goods
银就
never
可以
arrived, and another time that the wagon
把
carrying it was
颜料混
ambushed.
合出来。
Then it went astray somewhere.
And you think they're lying?
Jesus, what do
撒
I
谎
know? But it seems pretty strange to me. 3 times in a row the same thing goes missing. There's bad luck and then there's something else.
你要水银干什么
What？do you need Quicksilver for?
I don't. They do. To mix up the red pigment for me. I'm painting the church in Ujits. Can you imagine how stupid those biblical scenes look without red?
Not really.
哦，
Then be glad you can. My eyes hurt just to imagine it.
嗯，
That's all I need to know for now.
Ah. But when you care to buy something before you go, or play a game,
需要钱，
I really need some money. I've been waiting here a while and my stay's getting
需要
expensive.
钱。你有什么商
Why
品
not?？Show me what you have to offer.
好像没什么。嗯，调查铁匠，监督的助手，监督的助手在那边，所以先往这边走。嗯，是这边吗？看门修士应该不是他，是在楼上吗？还是楼下这一位？看一下，不是，楼上吗？去楼上看看。是要开锁，这是私人领地，不是这里吗？也不是。哦，嗯，所以在楼下吗？看一下任务，监督那里，这里吗？这是私人领地，嗯，那也只剩楼上那里了，那就去楼上这里。我好像一直在乱跑，是你吗？监督的助手。所以是找你吗
God be with you.
水
Do
银
you have any Quicksilver in stock?
有水银吗？
Who's asking?
谁要？我要。
Nobody. I'm just asking.
Then I don't have any.
那
That
你就
sounds
没有
almost as if you don't want to sell it to me.
It's not that I don't want to. It's that
卖
I
不了
can't.。
为什么卖不了？要选什么呢？我的力量好像比较高，别骗我。
Tell me this instant what you've done with the goods.
Nothing. And I'd advise you to calm
神圣的
down.
教
We're
殿
on
堂，
hallowed ground.
You're a fine one to speak of hallowed ground, a lying thief in monastic robes. What next? A whore dressed as a nun?
This is blasphemy.
亵
I'll
渎
give you blasphemy. I'm sure you know what our Lord did to the money changers in the temple.
What do you mean? You're not going to hurt me, are you?
Tell me what's going on here and I won't have a reason to.
Jesus. But
他
I
们
didn't know
是
anything
谁？
about any counterfeiting.
For your sake, I hope that's true. Now tell me what's been going on.
I swear, I wouldn't normally do
不
anything
常
like
干
that.
这种事。
Get to the point.
They came
中
for
午
me at
来
noon, directly to the office. The overseer was somewhere on his rounds. Some night it was,
是个骑士，
without a crest, armed.
谁是杰西克？
He called himself Sir Jezek, and
拉波
he had a
塔
lackey with him called Rapota, a scruffy fellow with a yellow cape. Always whistling he was. They told me they wanted all the quicksilver we order for the monastery. Of course, I told him that wouldn't be possible.
And then what? Did they threaten you?
威胁你了吗？
Not at first. They tried to bribe me. and
贿赂？
when I refused, they started threatening.
你是怎么把水银交给他们的？
How did you hand it over to them?
I take it up the hill behind the monastery here. There's a big tree there with a small chapel underneath.
小礼拜堂。
Sometimes Rapota is there waiting for me. If not, I leave it there.
他们拿什么要挟了你？
What did they threaten you with?
They said they know people in the monastery, that they'd have me thrown out and beaten for
偷
stealing.
窃罪。
You had been stealing. I mean, before then.
You know how it is. I work my fingers to the bone and they pay me a pittance.
So they knew about you.
他们怎么知道他的
Yes,
底
they
细？
knew my name, everything.
太可怕了！
Very well.
是
Thank
什
you.
么奇怪的一群人？好吧，那之后就是去找铁匠看看。先去找铁匠。哦，刚刚好像从天空上掉下来的感觉。铁匠，出发，先去找铁匠。在，诶，铁匠在这边，应该是这里吧？那就出发。这里是个铁匠铺，来这里看看。铁匠米凯什，你是铜匠吗？
No, and
不
even
是
if I wanted to, I couldn't. Zach from the monastery craftsman's yard has bought out all the copper.
扎克吗？讲讲沙少铁匠的
What can you
信息
tell。me about the Sasau blacksmiths?
There's too many of us, I'll tell you that for free. This is only a small town. There's Zach, who has a forge in the craftsman's yard and mostly works on the construction of the church. And then, apart from me, there's
军械士
Master Armourer Otter of Rabstein.
拉布斯坦。扎
Tell
克
me more about Zach.
Don't have much time for him myself. He knows his craft, no question. But he seems to think his son, Vitus, will be a master armourer in Prague one day.
My father was a blacksmith,
Oh.
and I expect he thought much the same about me. That's how fathers are, isn't it?
Of course, any man should be proud of his boy. But Zach makes pride a sin. That's why he's at loggerheads with Master Otter.
哦，
Can you tell me something about Master Otter?
Well now, there's a
浩塔
master
师
to look
傅
up to. He's worked for the lords of
尊敬的
Kunstadt
大
and for the
师。
richest townsfolk of Prague.
If you don't mind my asking, what brings him here?
The same as draws all reasonable people. He's enjoying the peace and quiet. Or rather, he used to enjoy
平
some
静
peace.
与安宁
That。dispute with Zach must have put a few more wrinkles on his brow.
所以说有什么矛
What are
盾？
Zach and Master Otter arguing about?
Zach had his boy Vitus trained as an armourer in Kuttenberg, and he wanted to buy out Otter's place for him. Except that Otter's a proud man. How would it have looked? A master armourer giving way to a young whippersnapper who's barely let go of his mother's skirts? And they've been arguing ever since. Well, Zach
争端
mostly.
四
He
起。
badmouths Otter every chance he gets. He claims that he's only fit for mending pots, and that his son will see him off.
看来
That will be all.
矛盾很深。牙疼是什么？
Do you pull teeth?
Oh, it doesn't give me any pleasure, but someone has to do it.
Well, I have a customer here.
Bring him in. I'll go and get my pliers.
谁？谁要拔牙？疑惑。那又要回到修道院里了，去找修道院里的工匠。维特斯，那就是你，扎克。
Good day to you. What do you
有
need?
什么需要的？你是个
Do you
铜匠
work
吗？
any copper here, Master Blacksmith?
Why'd you ask?
所以是你咯。想让你帮我打造件物
I'd
品，
want to commission you to make something.
Then you best go elsewhere. I never use
怎么
copper.
好像也有同样的意见，
That's not what I heard.
同样的说法？
What? I was told in town that you bought all the other blacksmith's copper.
I'm being made a fool of yet again, it seems.
被冤
Anything
枉。
else? I still have work to do.
沙少的铁匠
What can you tell me about the Sasau blacksmiths?
Well, there's Mikesh. He's honest enough. and a fair-handed everyday things. And then there's Master Otter. He used to have talent, but now he's too old and too proud to admit it.
So back to that copper, Master Blacksmith.
What?
所以说
I thought I told you I don't work with copper.
Aha.
所以说是什么情况？什么情况？还有铁匠吗？扎克很可疑，问一下他儿子好了。
God be with you, good sir.
铜矿，
Father says you don't work any copper.
We don't.
那这样是怎么回事？
Around town, they say your father's bought up all the copper to be had.
Are you calling me a liar? Or my father? You're asking for it, boy.
要打架吗？只能打架了吗？会伤到你的。
Just be sure you know what you're letting yourself in for.
Was that a threat? Do you think I'm an idiot?
You don't get it, do you? I don't particularly want to fight with you. I don't have the time or the need to prove anything. So I'll just take my knife and stick it between your ribs. And then I'll keep twisting until you tell me the truth.
So show me what
失败
you're
了。
made of.
所以突然要打架。
Curva fix. Shit! What the hell?
总算可以交谈了吗？
I've come to ask about the copper one more time.
Are you deaf or stupid? You know what? It doesn't matter. Just
还
clear
是不
off
行吗？
before I thump you.
还是不行吗？
Just be sure you know what you're letting yourself in for.
Was that a threat?
还要再打
You
吗
think？I'm an idiot?
You don't get it, do you? I don't particularly want to fight with you. I don't have the time or the need to prove anything. So I'll just take my knife and stick it between your ribs. And then I'll keep twisting until you tell me the truth.
So show me what
还是
you're
失败
made of.
所以要打到他受不了才行吗？
Fucker!
所以呢，你要
So
如
what
实
do
招
you
来
have
了
to
吗
tell？me?
You're right. We do make copper sheets here at night.
终于说实话了，这事为什么藏
So why all
起
the
来不讲
secrecy
呢
about？it?
Father forbade me to talk about it. I don't know why. I didn't ask.
你们还有看谁做生
Who
意？
buys those sheets from you?
I don't know. I've never set eyes on him. Father doesn't like to talk about it.
你父亲
Your
有麻
father
烦
has
了
some。serious explaining to do.
Jesus, please don't hurt him.
我们走
We'll
着
see
瞧，
about that.
我们走着瞧。关于
So
那
back
些
to
铜
that
矿，
copper, Master Blacksmith.
What? I thought I told you I don't work with copper.
你的儿子已经
Your
坦白
son
了
put。it quite differently.
What's that? What are you blabbering on about?
For a blacksmith, son, he's not all that tough, is he?
你是受人要挟了
They
吗？
threaten you.
They didn't have to. Just by the look of them, I could say I needed to shut my mouth and do what they wanted.
是
And did
可
they
怕
ever
的
tell
人
you
吗
who？they were? Do you know where to find them?
I know a little. I'd show some understanding.
所以说
There's nothing but trouble
他
in
不
it
能
for
讲
me.
吗？
I'll lose the work and be left looking over my shoulder for some thugs to come and burn down my house. Or worse.
你不应该为罪犯
If
干
you
活
lie。down with dogs, you shouldn't complain about the fleas.
There's no need for threats. We can both benefit here. If I tell
利
you
益双
everything I
赢，
know, you can help me with a certain small matter.
弥补损失的小
One
忙。
that'll cover up for my loss of earnings.
什么东东？要我帮你
So
什
what
么
are we？talking about?
I recently tried to buy Master Armourer Otto Rabstein's business for my son Vitus, but that old fool wouldn't listen to reason.
不听
He said
劝
he，couldn't understand his legacy being taken over by a clod like my Vitus. Despite the insult, I doubled my offer, but Master Otto still wouldn't budge.
And what is it
这
you
样
need from me?
子
I thought I'd show Otto that Vitus isn't such a dolt as he thinks.
打
But for
架？
that, I need someone experienced in combat.
为什么是打
No,
架？
I don't want to get sucked into your business battles.
I see. Then I suppose I'll have to find someone else.
没有其他方式了吗？钱是你被烧死前才会考虑的事情。试试看好
Do you
了，
know what the penalty is for counterfeiting?
I never give it much thought.
没想过。
Evidently, because the penalty for counterfeiting is burning at the stake. And I can personally guarantee that when you're standing on that pyre, you'll find a loss of earnings is the least of your concerns.
I knew nothing about it,
果然失败
and I
了。
won't be intimidated like this. I recently tried to buy Master Armorer Otto Rabstein's business for my son Vitus, but that old fool wouldn't listen to reason. He said he couldn't understand his legacy being taken over by a clod like my
还是不
Vitus.
行咯。
Despite the insult, I doubled my offer, but Master Otto still wouldn't budge.
And what is it you need from me?
所以
I
还
thought
是
I'd
得
show Otto that Vitus isn't such a dolt as he thinks, but for that I need someone experienced in combat.
好吧。
Well, that doesn't sound
答应
so
的话
bad.
会怎样呢？你打算怎
What's
么
your
办？
plan?
Otto's busy making a very pretty suit of armor for
铠
the
甲。
bailiff. So I was thinking, if we could show that pretty armor of his is absolutely useless, he'd be disgraced.
And how am I supposed to see to that?
啊？
I'd
决斗。
reckon we'd arrange a duel of champions with bludgeons. You'll put on Vitus's armor, and Otto will send his champion in that tin shit of his. You invite
可
the
是也要
bailiff
我
to
打得赢
watch,
啊。
and Otto will be made a laughingstock in front of everyone.
And what do I get out of it?
What we already agreed. I'll give up dealing in copper, and I'll tell you everything I know about what's been
发
going
生的
on.
一切。如果我输了
What
呢
if？I lose?
Nonsense. How could you? Vitus's armor is light as an eggshell and hard as a rock.
真的吗？但那铠甲要是不见了该怎么办？
How about if the armor for the bailiff mysteriously went missing?
Jesus Christ. Don't even talk about it. Although, if Otto doesn't agree to the duel, it might be the only option.
Exactly. And if you want to wreck Otter's reputation, not keeping his promise to the bailiff could be even worse for him than your idea.
You're right. Do whatever you think fit then. But if the armor gets lost,
我好像选
don't
错
come to
选
me
项。
afterwards.
我本来以为
I know
只
nothing
是
about it, right?
在询问而已
Of。
走火入魔，这个不是我要做的方式嘞。挑战、决斗，算了，到时候再考虑看看好了。如果可以先解决，就不用理他了。那所以我先去调查费法尔大师。诶，是调查吗？去跟费法尔大师讲个话好了。好像在这边。在这边吗？在里面吗？
Hey, look out!
执政官费法尔
Greetings. What business?
来这里
have you?
干什么？假币伪
You
造
look
者。
different, Master.
So as to fit in.
诶，
I don't want it known
Oh.
I'm in town.
他打扮的我完全不认识。
Why?
I don't want to alarm our prey. Gossip spreads quickly, and if those scoundrels learn
就会
we're
逃
onto
走
them, they'll flee.
That does make sense.
So what have you found out so far?
知道他们从哪里搞
I
到
found
水
out where
银，
they get their quicksilver from. You were right, it was the monastery.
就是那间修道院。
It was the only logical explanation.
It changed hands on the hill behind the monastery.
Have you been there to have a look around?
还
Not
没
yet.
Maybe it would be worth the time.
I'll go and see.
这就去，
And have you found out who's behind it?
还没
Someone called Rapata.
哦，有诶，
Not much,
拉波塔
but it's a start. At least it's not a common name.
那个
Listen,
名字
Henry,
很特别。
I had another thought on the way here. Those
一个模
counterfeiters
具
have to have a punch die to make the fake coins.
Yes, of course.
That's sophisticated work.
雕
There's
刻
a man
大
I know who works at the
师
monastery yard. Master engraver to
杰罗
Rome
姆
or Silesia.
You don't suppose that he's...
No, not that, God forbid. I know him well. He'd never do anything like
雕刻
that.
工坊
But he runs an engraving workshop, so he might have heard something.
Very well, I'll ask him.
But ask with tact. I don't want him getting offended. And I prefer you not to mention me at all.
I'll try to think of something. That's all.
好吧，接下来去雕刻工坊。你是谁？莎邵的文书，文书是做什么的？
Jesus Christ be praised.
哦，卖书的。接下来寻找雕刻工坊，是这一间吗？这一个地方吗？好像是这里。在哪里？在楼上吗？杰罗姆大师，日安，生意还算景气吗？
the work, Master.
Getting there, getting there.
差不多。
You need something, my boy?
你在做什
What
么
are you doing here, anyway?
You're in an engraver's shop, my boy. We're engraving, of course.
Yeah, but engraving what? And what's it used
成
for?
品有什么用
Oh,
途？
we engrave wood and stone as well as metal. Here in the
装饰品。
monastery, it's mostly about decoration.
你独自一人工作吗？
You've got quite a large workshop, Master. You don't do all the work alone, surely?
I'm usually here with my
学徒
apprentice Florian. Of course,
佛
by
洛里
simple
安
observation, you'll note that this is not currently the case, and I'm here alone.
该不会是他的
Which
学
means
徒
that
吧？
either I'm a liar or something out of the ordinary has occurred.
I see. I think. So what's happened to Florian?
He shares the fate of the pharaohs.
法老
and
王
today, the fifth scourge of Egypt did smite
厄
him,
运
the plague. Or so his message advised me.
Jesus Christ, the plague.
瘟疫
Do remain calm. I'm quite certain the plague from which Florian is suffering
酗酒
wasn't
的
a
惩罚
judgment from on high. Or if it was a judgment on excessive drinking. I'm told such an ailment can be of truly biblical proportions.
讲讲这个佛洛里安，
What's he like, your apprentice, Florian?
I'm afraid that his exuberant youth has taken its
行
toll.
为古
He's been acting
行为古怪
strangely of late. I fear he has
迫害恐
delusions
惧
of
症
persecution.
I don't really know what you mean, at all.
Recently, for example, he told
有
me
人在
that
跟踪
someone
他
was following him. And the very next day, he bought a padlock from the blacksmith and locked up his chest. So I would ever sneak into it. In any case, why the interest? Are you looking for him?
我在找他，
Something like that.
May I ask why?
为什么？我想给他留个口信，
I'll have a message for him.
A message? Who would be interested in that wastrel? Other than his furious and deeply disappointed master, of course.
是你吗
About？your question, you'll find him at
住
home,
处
no doubt feverishly dying. He sleeps in the baker's cellar.
棚屋里。
Ah, thank you.
佛洛里安有什么敌人
Does
吗？
Florian have any enemies?
A man such as he certainly owes
债务
money
累
at
累
every turn, and the parents of local girls are undoubtedly displeased
澡
with
堂
his
的女人
attempts to propagate. However, most recently it was that fury from the baths who accosted him in quite a spectacular rage.
澡堂夫人
A woman from the baths? What did she do?
The harpy nearly tore all Florian's hair out. I don't frequently feel sorry for
什
my
么女鬼
ne'er-do-well apprentice, but on that occasion I
女鬼
made an exception.
Do you have any idea why she did it?
他在做什
She
么
was？screaming about some girl, some flighty bathmaid, Esther.
伊斯特尔
I would say that Florian had felt the joys of spring and acted accordingly. Although one would have thought they'd be used to that sort of thing.
答
at
应
the
他的告
bathhouse.
白。好吧，我先走了。
I'll leave you to your work.
他的住处是在那一个方向。 澡堂老板吗？关于佛罗里安
I hear you're at odds with apprentice Florian.
At odds? I'll give you at odds.
起止争执，
It's that sod's fault they took my Esther.
拐走了。
Poor girl. I shudder to think what's become of her.
发生什么事
What
了？
exactly happened?
This man came in wanting a bath, and
一起
Esther
洗
with
澡。
it. She doesn't normally offer that kind of service, but I didn't see the harm, so I sent her in to him. And suddenly I hear
听到尖
screams.
叫，
So I run out, and I see the bastard
嗯？
pulling her out of the tent and
推上一
shoving
条
her into
船。
a boat.
我没有明白。
I'm sorry they took her, but what exactly has it got to do with Florian?
They shouted at me to tell Florian that when he wises up, he'll get the girl back.
什么？为什么？
I assume that Florian knows this. Esther.
两个认识吗
You？know village girls. They don't get much of a choice. Every other knave has a turnip for a brain, and if they don't, they're relatives. And then some young dandy turns up who writes her little
花公子。
poems. What's the poor girl to do? And this is how it ends. She should have stuck with the turnip heads.
流氓，哪里可以
Where
找
can
到
I
他？
find this Florian? I'd like to ask him a few questions.
He works in the engraver's workshop at the monastery craftsman's yard. And if
面
he's
包
not
师傅
there,
租的
he'll
小
be
屋里，
holed up like the rat he is in the cellar he rents from the baker. He's afraid of me, for sure.
执政官
What did the bailiff make of it?
Don't even get me started on that. He's another.
不会采取任何行动。
I won't say what. I told him everything, but he says he won't do nothing about it.
How's that then?
为什么？
He wouldn't tell me to my face, of course. But people here don't think much of us. There's some as reckon my Esther deserves what she got. Poor girl.
可怜的女孩，
It sounds like you were close to Esther.
I
很亲
loved
密
her like my very own. She
就
came
像
to
姐
me as
妹一
an
样。
orphan, like a wolf child she was. I raised her and taught her and gave her a job.
她这样的
And now
姿
she's
势有点
gone.
可怕。
Who knows if she's even alive?
好吧，这样子要去面包师傅的店，还是这一间？哦，真的是小屋，感觉他没事啊，他没有生病。你看上去
You
很
look
健
quite
康。
sprightly for an invalid.
What? Who the hell are you?
My name's Henry, and I'm making inquiries for Sir Radzig Kobyla.
And what do you want from me?
Straight to the point then. All right.
长话短说，
I've been investigating counterfeit money, and the trail led me straight to you. Does the name Rapiter mean anything to you?
拉波塔
I don't
不
know.
知道。
Maybe?
Don't
Come on.
bother. I know you know him. You make the punch dice for the counterfeiters. How do you hand them over? Do you know where
传
their
手
workshop
货
is?
物，
I can't say anything. I'll deny everything and you've got
没
nothing
有
on
证
me.
据。
No evidence, just accusations.
但你刚才
You
跟
just
我坦白了，
incriminated yourself.
One man's word against another. Like
什么
I
东
said,
东？
I'll deny everything.
And you really think that's going to help you? Your word means nothing. You've got the tools,
你
the
有
knowledge
工
and the
具。
workshop. The only thing missing is a motive, but I'm guessing it's money.
I don't give a fuck about money.
不是
So
钱
what then?
Those bastards kidnapped Esther.
哦。
If I don't cooperate, they'll kill her.
伊斯特尔是谁？
My girl, of course. That scum took her
所以
right
绑
out
架
of the
的
bathhouse.
是坏人。
I'm sorry about that.
Me too. Listen, I'll tell you everything, I promise. But only
所以
if
我
I
要
know
先去
that
救那个
Esther's
吗？
safe.
伊斯
So
特
I'm
尔
to go searching for her in the woods.
I know where they're keeping her, but nobody will help me.
暴徒带在哪
Puny
里啊？
little me do faced with those strapping great villains.
如果他们逃跑了，你就再也见不到伊斯特尔了。
Look, Florian, I'm sorry for what you're going through, honestly. But I'm not the only one who's after these people. As soon as they get wind of something, they'll be out of here, and Esther will be gone with them.
If Rapiter finds I've told you anything, they'll kill
会
her.
杀
Not
了
if I
他。
catch Rapiter first.
我先抓到拉波塔就好了。
Yes, he is. They found me in the tavern one evening.
酒馆
Caught
里
me when I went to the ship pile. They
粪
started
堆
to
大号
badger
的
me
时候
about
的。
work.
They?
他们
Yes, Rapiter. And a knight they called Sir Jezek.
And then what?
杰西克
They explained what they wanted from me, and I told them to sod off.
I'm guessing that didn't go down too well.
下场很惨
It，wasn't all that bad. They just threw
扔
me
到
on the
粪坑
donkey
里，
and left. I thought it was just a drunkard's joke. But then they took
所
Esther.
以他们就绑架伊斯。那哪里可以
Where
找到
will I
他？
find Rapiter?
He's usually wherever I am.
那为什么今天
He watches me. Everywhere I go.
广场上的
And when
长
I'm
椅
at
上
home, he sits on the bench in the square, watching my house.
So he's there now?
Hard to say. Sometimes I see him in the tavern on the
酒
green,
馆里买
buying
东西？
supplies.
All right. At least I know where to start. And you go to work tomorrow, you hear?
Why?
Why？
Because we have to lure him out. And besides, your master will surely be glad to see you.
I have my doubts.
哈哈，运送
How
模
did you
具，
hand over the punch
转
drive?
手模具，
Rapiter waited for me behind the church.
教堂后面等。
I didn't want to give it to them without seeing Esther first.
And did they let you?
有见到他了吗？
although I don't really know why. They took me to a derelict farm in the Skalitz Hills.
废弃农
Poor
场，
Esther.
斯卡里
They'd
茨，
scared her half to death.
So at least you know she's alive.
所以他有看过他喽。
It was a while ago. And they never let her go, even after I did what they wanted. They said they'd be needing more.
More punch dies?
他
They
要
wear
那么
out
多模
over
具吗？
time. They have to be replaced regularly.
哦，你为什么不
Why
说呢
didn't？you tell anyone?
At first, I took it for a bad joke. And then,
哦
when they snatched Esther, there was nothing to be done.
好吧
I，suppose I better go. I'd hate the bastard to get away.
Go. I hope you get
愿你
revenge.
报仇成功。拉波长椅盯着他，盯着他的方向就只有这一个啊。哎，酒店掌柜吗？
Good day to you.
不是，那要怎么找到他呢？工作路上及回家的时候跟踪他。除此以外，他会在商业广场上坐着，注视着佛。难道是这边？村民、赌徒，还是你？难证明，都不是。商业广场。哦，找到你了。你大概就是那个拉波
Are
塔
you
吧？
Rapiter by any chance?
Pardon me? Do we know each other?
No, but I'm hoping to change that.
没有时间。
I don't have much time right now. I'd best be off.
It'll only take a moment.
All
想
right.
干什么？
What do you want?
我知道你为假币伪造者提供
I
水
know
银。
you buy Quicksilver for those counterfeiters.
It seems there's no point making excuses.
None. Now tell me where their workshop is.
Of course. That will be the best solution.
有那么简单吗？
Let's
下一
leave
次。
it for another time.
什么？拉下马，
I give up.
交谈，
So, are you ready to talk?
准备好坦白
I
了吗
will.？Just don't hurt me, please. What do you want from me?
Tell me where the workshop is.
工厂在
Don't
哪？
worry. Your master won't be punishing you for betraying him. You're both going to have too many other problems.
It's in the
斯
Skalitz
卡里斯
mines.
矿洞里，
That doesn't narrow it down very much.
On the eastern side of Skalitz Hill, there's an abandoned mine gallery.
废弃的
Well,
坑道。
it used to be abandoned. Now there's a small camp in front of it, and the workshop is inside.
你的领
Who
主是
is
谁
your？lord?
Sir Yezhek of Ronov.
罗诺
That's
夫
what
的
he
杰
calls
克
himself.
杰西
although
克，
Ronov Castle's long gone.
罗洛夫城堡发生了什
What
么？
happened to it?
Ronov used to belong to Vincent, Count Lichtenberg. After his death, it fell to Margrave Jobst, and he had it pulled down. He knew full well that
臣属。
Vincent's vassals would resist him.
Why? Everyone knows that when a lord dies without issue, The king
新
can
的
confer
领
his
主
estate on whoever he pleases.
管辖他的
But
辖
Vincent
地。
had descendants. Ronoff only fell to the Margrave because he declared them all illegitimate.
非法
All
继承人
because Vincent had refused to fight for him against Sir Prokop. Sir Jezek led a revolt of the vassals, but Jobst rounded them all up. Only Sir Jezek got away. Since then, he's become the scourge of the domain.
你又是什
Who
么
are
人？
you anyway?
They call me Rapota. I used to be the
审
executioner's
讯官
henchman
的
for
侍
a
从
gnome.。
And how did you come to be serving Sir Jezek?
I helped him escape from prison. If I was going to serve anyone, better Sir Jezek than the executioner.
So you saw being a brigand's henchman as a step up in the
升
world?
官发
I
财的
thought
道
if
路。
things changed and he stopped marauding, he might get Ronoff back and take me into his service.
Well, after this little escapade, you can forget about that. You'll be lucky if you don't end up swinging on the gallows.
It's all the same
结果
anyway
都一样
now.
了。
I've betrayed him.
杰西克又为谁卖
So
命？
who's Sir Jezek working for? Don't tell me he just took it into his head one day to start forging coins.
That's not for me to know. Sir Jezek was on speaking terms with various lordships.
Such as?
比如
We
说
were often guests at the monastery, but I slept in the hayloft, so I heard nothing.
And apart from that?
还有
In the
吗？
camp, you'd occasionally
匈
see
牙
a
利
Hungarian
权贵，
nobleman, but I
匈
don't
牙
know
利
what
权
he
贵
was，doing there, or who he is.
好吧，
I think I've heard enough.
Can I ask you something?
什么事情？
I don't want to hang. It's a
现在
horrible
就杀死
death.
你？
I prefer you just kill me here and now.
不好吧？你会去坐牢？
Honorable death? No chance. It's the dungeons for you, and the sort of punishment a counterfeiter deserves. Don't worry. In time, you'll be glad of the gallows.
所以我要把他带去，又要把他带去牢房了吗？接下来关到监狱里了。这间监狱好像不一样诶，这是莎邵的吧？因为没有旅行的，对，因为没有旅行的痕迹，之后要跟确保乌尔里希的帮助。今天看一下，时间不早了，那就去睡个觉吧。先睡个觉，再去找乌尔里希。先来商店这里，不对，酒馆这里休息。休息完再说，明天再找乌尔里希。
My respects to you.
找一个睡觉的地方。
Aye, there's room here.
多余的房间
How long?
多久？一样一晚。
All right. Money up front, though.
支付。
You'll like it here. Like sleeping on a cloud it is.
床是同一个吗？
Where do I
同
go
一
to
间
sleep?
吗？
On the upper floor of the inn. There's steps up to it outside. The second door.
看来这一间是没有人想租的房子吗？房间吗？一直都没有人住这间的感觉。这样子的话，时间也不早了，之后就睡个觉吧。看一下。现在要做什么呢？乌尔里希的记录，我有这个东西耶。哦，通行证，检测结果。哦，原来这本书是可以看的。那么这样的话，时间7点了，就睡个觉吧，睡到早上，大概6点的时候，11个小时，好像蛮久的。今天几乎都在花时间帮他们跑腿找人，一下找那一个，一下找另外一个。接下来就是去找乌尔里希，然后去 那个斯卡里茨的矿洞。那我今天就先玩到这边咯，如果有任何想对我说的话，可以在影片下方留言给我。谢谢大家的收看，我们下期影片再见，拜拜。